In traditional sales training, reps are taught to initiate interactions with non-business conversations, to find common ground, and to use positive body language that improves relatability to accelerate rapport building. These can come across as inauthentic and do more harm than good. They're important and help, but it's more important to be natural. Instead of being overly conscious about your body language and trying to express the right signals, focus on empathizing. The right body language will naturally follow. Don't try too hard. Take the pressure off yourself by focusing on making your prospects feel welcomed. Here are 5 tips to authentically improve likability. 1. Be human. Some believe that you shouldn't bring personal issues to work. Not only is it okay, but I believe it's better to do so. If you're having a bad day, apologize for and explain your low energy rather than put up a fake smile. Prospects can tell, will understand, and appreciate your authenticity. I'm not suggesting turning the interaction into a therapy session. 2. Be intentional, be present. Finding common ground isn't about identifying interesting points that they care about and pretending you share the same experiences or interests. Instead, it's about mindfully paying attention to real commonalities and interests that you share. As an exercise, brainstorm conversation starters that more easily surface common ground you're excited to engage and relate with. If you are a foodie, the simple question, "What did you have for lunch?" could be a great opener for teasing this out. 3. Empathize. Sometimes it's hard to find common ground with someone who is the polar opposite. Even so, it's still possible through empathy. As human beings, we all share the same spectrum of emotions. Connect through emotions rather than experiences. Empathy is different from sympathy. Sympathy is the ability to acknowledge and show concern for the feelings of others without necessarily sharing their emotional experience. On the other hand, empathy creates a deeper level of connection when you try to understand and share those emotions. Here's an example of someone sharing the news that they have been diagnosed with cancer. Sympathetic. Friend says, "Oh no, that's terrible news. I'm so sorry to hear that. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. I'll keep you in my thoughts." They're expressing sorrow and offering support, but the emotional connection is at a distance. Empathic. Friend says, "I can't imagine how overwhelming and scary this must be for you. The fear, uncertainty, and the emotions you must be going through. If you want to talk about it or just sit in silence, I'm here to support." Here, they're not only expressing concern, but also attempting to understand and share the emotional experience by actively putting themselves in the other's shoes. Tip number 4, share in the suffering against a common enemy. Going through a painful experience together tends to bring people together. I'm not saying you should create a masochistic experience. Instead, how you might frame the problems you solve from the perspective of emotions and behaviors. For emotions, what compelled you to create your solution? If you've experienced their problem and pain firsthand, discuss your experience and how it has made you feel. Empathize. For behaviors, what are the behaviors or circumstances that led to these emotions? For instance, if you provide a recycling sorting service for multi-residential buildings, why? My blood boils when I see neighbors putting plastic into the compost bins. Why can't people follow simple instructions? It negates the effort of others to recycle and can even damage recycling equipment. The painful emotions here are anger and frustration, while the behaviors or circumstances are laziness, not following instructions, or perhaps the recycling process itself is more complicated than necessary. These are the common enemies responsible for your suffering. Identifying and calling them out helps your prospects understand you're on their team. It's not them, the prospect versus you. It's us, you, and the prospect versus them, the problem. Lastly, tip 5, be sincere. Don't give shallow compliments to try and flatter your prospects. If you're not used to expressing positive sentiments, it takes effort and practice to notice and genuinely appreciate the things you sincerely admire. Start practicing mindful praise with your friends and family. It'll greatly improve the quality of your relationships too. Found this valuable? Visit caremethodology.com for the 100% free, no email required to access ebook. Selling Ethically, the Care Methodology.